you take us through what was going through your mind when Kyle walked off during play, and
yeah,
what's the level of concern right now?
Yeah, you know, the Philly guy in him right now is saying, I'll be all right. But, of course, I was concerned when he's, you know, first of all, it took him a while to get back into the play. He's as tough as you can be in this league. He's played through, you know, more things than probably, you know, anybody currently playing in this association. And then when he basically, you know, ran off the court, yeah, I was very concerned. The initial scan is clean. You know, we'll just see how he feels tomorrow.
What was most encouraging about Nico's just activity on the defensive end, just using his size to make an impact?
Yeah, you know, he's, you know, what he needed more than anything, you know, is continued development and playing time. You know, whether it was here or whether it was in Sioux Falls, he needs the live reps. And then we supplement that with, obviously, all the film work and the extra drilling and practice work, but it's so much more relevant when you're doing now game scouts and you're dependent on. You know, his improvement is happening quicker. He has positional size. He's very dynamic when you play him with Bam. You know, they were trying to junk up some of the matchups, which they do very well, and put, you know, Tate on Bam, and then Sagoon on Nico. Well, Nico's very skilled, and that just gives us a different dynamic if you try to do that kind of thing. And he'll just continue to improve. It's not going to be linear improvement. You know, there'll be some ups and downs, but this playing time that he's gotten in the last several games has been really important. And when we get to practice tomorrow, again, it'll be much more relevant when we're going through the teaching points.
I guess these days it's almost a luxury for any team to have reliable backup center minutes, but what has Kevin's stability night to night meant for you, just in terms of game planning for any opponent, especially when he's going to give you a 5-out look that, you know, gives you a lot of downhill movement?
Yeah, he has so much vast experience, not only on this league, but at a super high level of what it takes to win. You know, I mentioned that when we were on the road trip. You know, I just feel like you need guys like Kevin, veteran guys like that, who have relevant experience. You know, to be able to. You need those kind of guys to compete for championships. He used to be a guy, so at any moment during a game, you know, he can get you 6-8 points in a quarter. You know, 10 points, double digits in a quarter. And then, you know, the way he rebounds is just so unique. And you put him next to Bam and some of those lineups, you feel very stable defensively and on the glass. And he's just able to read, you know, a lot of different coverages, nuances. If teams are doing something unique, like switching like you saw tonight, he just finds a way to take advantage of that with his IQ and his size and his ability to score. Like, this guy, you know, I think people have forgotten. He used to be a scorer, like a 26, 27-point game scorer. We don't need him to do that night in, night out, but, you know, for short stretches, you know, he's a big-time talent.
Erik, is there a minutes restriction on Haywood, and just your thought on what you saw for him in those little limited minutes?
Yeah, it was good to have him back out there. There's not a restriction out there, but he gives us great versatility, particularly defensively, and we're going to need that, you know, as this week goes on.
You guys had 30 assists tonight. Kyle Lowry only had 1 because, you know, he went out early. I mean, are you just more comfortable kind of just, not any lineup or any players, but you have so many options now from a playmaking standpoint? Are you more comfortable than ever in kind of...
Look, you know, we went to work this morning. We were disappointed on a couple of our games on that road trip, and in particular, you know, offensively, we were not at our best in a couple of those games. And so we needed to clean up the details with our spacing, attacking and moving the ball. And that was much better, and it was evident right from the get-go. And that just has to be a continued habit. And there was also a good deal of respect for Houston defensively. You know, they can flatten you out, you know, with some of the things that I just mentioned, where they can switch or put different matchups to try to bait you into different things. And I thought we handled that for the most part very well, because the ball was moving and the ball was finding the open guy. And you have to be emotionally stable, you know, to be able to handle that and make the right play repeatedly over and over. And we did a better job.